Well, speaking of needing a hand, that's a big hand. Glad we decided to do what we weren't able to do in yesterday's. So one thing I've learned about living here in Cleveland for the last few months, I mean, I wish I knew this when I was growing up, but being here, I've learned the weather can be any kind of way. And if ever there was a town, a city, a country, a place where when the sun is out, you need to be out, it would be here in Cleveland. So we're gonna go explore a different place today, have some time free, and you all are gonna come with me and to a place where I bet you didn't know it was here. Oh, thank you, my bad. I had to start a video. Are you? Really? What's your channel? Oh, actually, there's kind of been a change of plans, which I think is okay. It was gonna have, I don't want to spoil it because I'll still put it in another video, but maybe the thought of the day, let's start there. The thought of the day is it's okay to change your plans, and that whole being flexible is so important. And I'm realizing it now because sometimes you start to do things and you get feelings and thoughts, and it's okay to question. Sometimes we don't question the beliefs that we have. We don't question the things that should be questions of like, okay, this is what I want to do, and now throw a powerful question like, is it the best use of my time? Or throwing in a question like that can really filter out like, is this what I should be doing right now? And sometimes you need to really just check on yourself, check on your energy, check on what you really want. And the thought of the day is it's okay to be flexible and to change your plans. And sometimes the thing you want can be accomplished doing a different way. As my friend Doug told me a long time ago, sometimes you need to take an alternate route to reach your destination. Okay, so today is like a new day, and yeah, see if we can get it right today. Not that yesterday was wrong, but it's a new day. It's a new day. It's okay to make the change of plans. It's the one thing I remember, and just pick up the next day. And you never know. Sometimes it's the adventure in the middle of those that makes it more. This is just what I needed. I really wanted to do yesterday. I had this like set plan, and maybe you do sometimes. You have these plans, like we're gonna do this and this and this, and then when things change, you kind of force it. And for me, when I've done stuff like that in the past, it's turned something that can be a great experience. Like, yes, I do want to do this, but my energy is telling me something different, and it turns it into something of like, now it feels like a chore. You know, something that used to be so fun becomes a chore. And I've always just been very careful of not letting it ever come to that, never wanting it to be like a chore or something that should be brought me a lot of joy and pleasure, but now feels like an obligation. I've never wanted that. And I've always been very careful and aware, and I think we always should be of that, because that's when I think the fun goes away. When kids don't like something, they change it up quick. They don't think too much about it. They just change and do, and they follow that like joy compass that we all have, but we seem to lose as we become adults, as they say in the book, The Little Prince. So today, just being out the house, being around in the sun on a beautiful day, just what was needed. hand, that is, that's a big hand. Glad we decided to do what we weren't able to do in yesterday's. And I really, truly think that just going out is the thing. Like, just doing it. Like, before it's figured out, there has to be something. That's where the magic is. Maybe not knowing what the day is, but the goal is to get out. And like, one of the beliefs that I really have is like, the next step is always shown. And what I mean by that is, it's always shown the next step of what to do. If you want to lose some weight, signing up for the gym is the next step. You might think, but that's not it. The next step is getting off the couch. Or maybe the next step is not, well, it starts with not liking where you are and wanting to change that. And really, it's like getting out, is doing those little things that leads to the next step. Next step, get in the car, just get up, leave the house, put your shoes on. And that leads and opens up doors to wherever you might need a hand doing it. You never know what you'll find along the way. Wow. And even one thing I'm starting to learn, even as I'm walking around, even if you stayed kind of in the same place, is firing off that creative part of your brain, which I think if we don't use it, we don't lose it. It just gets harder to recall. And as I go around just looking at maybe similar places, but trying to find a new way to capture it, a new way to share it, a challenge of, for example, just using your phone, or just using your not using a big camera, not editing it, doing little things, capture the life, capture the buildings, capture something. And it creates this like thing that makes your brain and mind have to work. And I feel like there's parts of our mind that, because we're in this like robotic, kind of like in zombie mode, meaning we know where to go, we know where we eat, we kind of just go from this to this to this to this, that we don't get to use that maybe creativity spark and change things up a little bit. And it's something that I feel if we don't do, we slowly just become, I know we're already creatures of habit, but we become like zombies of habit. And it's one thing that I really believe, just I'm going around here just taking pictures, trying to find a new way to share it, a cool way to do it, and it really makes all the difference for that creative part of your mind. A little bit later in the day now, because I work night shift here in the States for these last few months, actually, which is really cool. Actually, things are what you make it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's been very insightful, very, very eye-opening, motivational, self-reflecting to work the night shift hours. And I've been doing this for a few months as I'm here in the States this time. And, you know, it's getting back to the basics. Sometimes it's just been really, although I've been here a few months, three and a half, 4 months, getting back to the basics literally started like a week ago. And heading into these night shifts now with that back to the basics mentality, meaning what was I doing in the beginning just remember who you are. I think it was like Mufasa said that in The Lion King. Remember, you got to remember who you are. Remember who you are, the little things you did in the beginning, just to wake you up. It can be someone who you're totally different than that now, but getting back to those basics, wake something up inside of you. And doing these night shifts from right now, it's 6:30. I was supposed to be there 30 minutes ago, and doing from 6 p.m. till 6:30 a.m. or from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Like it's been very self-revealing, and getting back to the basics, getting back in the gym, which I hadn't done in a few months. It's been something I think is something I would share with you all, is whenever you feel as if things like something just feels off, like sometimes you can't even put your finger on it. You can't really understand what it is that's off. Get back to the basics. And for me, that's always been Something I never realized till literally maybe 2 or 3 years ago. When in doubt, get back to the basics. But now, gym is finished, off to work, and I call it work, but off to the office. It's not the creation station. Not the creation station. That was this morning. But off to the other office. Little pause before going into work, and I realized that sometimes when you stop to smell the roses, you might not find roses, but you might find other people or things that have stopped as well. You might laugh. Look at that. You're looking for the roses as well. My friends, if you don't take time and moments to enjoy your life, enjoy the figuring it out, enjoy the not knowing, enjoy those times, those little periods of time, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Because at the end of the day, those moments is what makes up everything. And although I had a lot of things planned, I wanted to do this, I didn't. But in the figuring it out, amazing things happen. There's some dreams that in the pursuit of those dreams, the world has changed, and people who interact with you and come across your path are inspired just in the process of trying to figure it out. And although the last few days I thought I was gonna be going here and doing this, no. We make the most of what we have, we make the most of what we can with what we have. And I think there has to be some kind of joy in that. So with that, off to the night shift. Nice little 12 hours. And in the meantime, remember to work smart, be brave, and don't forget to smile.